What's up, guys? My name's Henry. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be looking over the different types of bike brakes. Some types of bike brakes that we're going to be going over are rim brakes and disc brakes. For rim brakes, we're going to be talking about things such as V-brakes, cantilever brakes, and caliper brakes. As well as for disc brakes, we're going to be talking about different mechanical and hydraulic disc brakes. I'll also be talking about pros and cons of certain things, like advantages and disadvantages, cost, maintenance. Well, guys, first brake. This is called a V-brake. This is the brake shoe. Maybe it'll focus. Yeah, so these are the brake pads. They need to be changed every once in a while. The brake calipers, these squeeze. The cable basically pulls. I'll show you. So basically I'm pulling the cable. That's the cable is pulling on this. This is a crimp that basically you just put on the end of a cable. But yeah, so I'm pulling on the cable and that moves the calipers, which move the pads, which stops the tire from rotating. As you can probably see, both of these bikes have V-brakes. They're probably the most common. They're mainly used on mountain bikes, but as you can see, same thing. This brake shoe does wear off every once in a while, if not, like taken care of properly. So you do need to replace that sometimes. It's a process, but it's not too hard. What's up, guys? To start off, we're going to be talking about rim brakes. Let's just jump right into it. So caliper brakes. Caliper brakes are probably the most common type of rim brakes. They're often found on like road bikes and like touring bikes sometimes. They consist of two arms that pivot at a single point. I'd say maintenance, like maintenance costs, it's pretty low, it's pretty inexpensive. For pros, it's lightweight, simple design, it's easy to install and adjust. And then really the only con that I could think of is just any rim brakes are bad in wet weather. So, next off we have cantilever brakes. Cantilever brakes are mostly commonly found on cyclocross and touring bikes. They feature two arms attached to like separate pivots, so when you pull the cable, when you pull the brake lever, it pulls upwards from the middle to bring the brake pads together. Maintenance cost, I'd say like low. It's probably like 10 to 40. No, it's probably like 20 to 40. Some pros, greater tire clearance. You can put on bigger tires, or like muddy areas. I think it's easier to maintain rim alignment, just because you have more space to like move around and stuff. Some cons, I'd say, the brakes can feel spongy a little. You might not get all the braking power you want with canty brakes. Next off, we have disc brakes. So a little overview. Disc brakes they use the metal rotor that attaches to the wheel, like the wheel hub, with calipers that squeeze the rotor to slow down the bike. So it's just, usually disc brakes provide more stopping power than rim brakes because it's at the center and it's more attached to the wheel, I'd say. Types of disc brakes. There's mechanical disc brakes. Mechanical disc brakes, they use a cable to pull the caliper, which then presses the brake pads against the rotor. This type of brake operates similarly to like traditional rim brakes, but with, like I just said, the braking force is applied to the rotor, not the rim. Usually disc brakes they're more heavier and they cost a lot more. So if you're buying a bike and you don't want it to be that expensive and you want it to be light, then get rim brakes. But if you can spare the extra change, then Sure, get disc brakes. Some pros for mechanical disc brakes. They're easier to maintain and adjust than like hydraulic systems compared to hydraulic systems. They're less expensive than like hydraulic brakes. And they're more compatible with multiple levers, like brake levers. Cons are that it's less powerful. Moving over to hydraulic disc brakes. Personally, this is my favorite one, but it is quite expensive. Hydraulic disc brakes use fluid like mineral oil to transfer force from the brake lever to the caliper. For pros and cons, it's superior stopping power, so you just get better stopping power. There's consistent performance in all weather conditions, so it's not gonna. You have better traction. It's not like rim brakes. For cons, it is more expensive, and you do need specific handlebars, like brake levers, because there's a little well that you pour all the hydraulic fluid into. I'll put a picture up. There's generally 3 brake pads that you can choose from for discs. That is organic or resin brake pads, sintered or metallic brake pads, and then semi-metallic brake pads. So for organic or resin, they're usually quieter, with less noise, with less like squeaking and stuff. It's less aggressive on the rotor. So you don't need to change your discs every like couple months if you use organic brake pads. But the lifespan is shorter compared to other types, especially in like wet or muddy conditions where they wear out faster. Moving on to sintered or metallic brake pads. The material it's made from metallic particles bonded together with like heat and stuff. I'd say the pros are it has really good durability and like it'll last you quite a bit. Maintenance, it's not that bad. It's like 20 to 35 per pair. Cons, it is noisier. It does kind of squeak a bit, especially in wet conditions. It's more abrasive on rotors, so it'll just wear out your rotor faster. And last but not least, we have semi-metallic brake pads, which it's a mix of like organic materials and metallic particles, like bonded together. Performance, it has balanced performance and durability. It's less noisy than like full sintered pads, but it's good all-around option for different riding conditions. So it's not bad. It's not a bad choice. Some cons, it's not as quiet as organic pads because it does have those metal particles in it. And it's also not as durable as sintered pads, of course, because they're not fully metal. Maintenance, I'd say it's probably 15 to 30, so it's not that expensive in terms of like bike pads. Well guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, maybe comment down below. Yeah, see you in the next video.